Mr. Alex
Oh,
G.
hey!
Yeah.
Hey,
The big man
Going
himself.
all
How you
out.
doing, brother?
Hey,
Good
how's
to
it going,
see
y'all?
you.
I came to
Awesome.
celebrate a legend, right?
Thank
Hey, he's
you,
a
I
legend and all.
appreciate
Indeed.
How's everybody doing?
Very good.
Very
Great
good.
now.
Good, good. The party
Celebrate.
is now going to start now that Alex is here, guys. Let's
Okay.
put the music on.
Put the music
Alex,
on.
what
Turn the
activities
lights.
have you
Yeah,
got
come on,
going
man. Bring back Dharma, mate.
Let's
Come
go.
on. Let's go. I'm not going to leave you alone about that.
I'm still
Alex,
I'm trying to convince him to come England and sing karaoke with us. So
Hey, man, look, if I find myself on that side of the pond, you better believe I'll look you up.
well, I'll definitely be there.
Well, you know, there's no Decon London this year, so we're
Yeah.
obviously not going to be
So
there.
is that like last I saw it was like there was no confirmation for Decon. Is this you telling us that it's confirmed that you're not there?
Alpha.
No, there's actually no Decon London.
Oh, there's no Decon at all.
Yeah, at
Oh.
London.
In
Yeah.
London, yeah. Okay.
There is Anaheim, but we have yet to confirm.
Okay. All right.
So we literally
Right, yeah,
broke
to
the
be
event
assistant.
last time then.
Yeah, basically. I think they said we're probably not going to be able to top last year with all the BB people that came out. So might as well not have it. Yeah,
Alex,
I
are you
think-
guys
and
planning
also,
to?
the adjacent bar was probably scared of us as well. You know.
Alex, are you planning to have, I guess, or go to events in Europe or Asia moving forward, or is it just going to be potentially just
Yeah.
in the US?
No, we're looking at all areas, all regions. I know Asia is of great importance to David and the company and as a whole. So we'll be researching and seeing what events make the most sense for us to appear. And obviously, we want to get back to Europe and do whether that's Decon, a Comic-Con, or a Star Wars celebration, something along those lines. We'd love to be a part of something, just to kind of continue to expand the footprint and the awareness and visibility. But yeah, definitely not limited to US. In fact, we were trying to do Canada this year, but they couldn't turn around our application in enough time for us to actually be able to produce an international event with the way it should have been executed. So unfortunately, we had to pass on that. A good amount of the team will be at New York Comic-Con for various shenanigans. We have not actually confirmed official presence yet, but I mean, you're probably going to see us.
Are you going to be part of with Marvel? You're going to have your own booth area.
To be confirmed.
Sorry, guys, I'm just talking away. Go on, Bob. This is your channel, man.
No, you
So,
carry on, mate. I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy watching.
Now, honestly, I think the way you guys delivered and executed San Diego was phenomenal. Doing a collab with Marvel, your team have been absolutely on point. Honestly, everything and anything that you guys did, I think you guys did an amazing job, man. And I think hats off to you guys. You know, you guys are.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
event,
It was good to see you there, even briefly. Even though
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But every event that I've been to, you guys are just leveling yourself up and up and up. And I think, you know what, it's great to kind of see that and to see the audience from young kids, all the way to mature people who are joining in, having fun, getting in on the action on drops. I mean, because I was there, like one of the drops, and I was like, I'm saying everyone getting involved. I was like, this is so cool, like I have family members kind of doing it together. And I think that's what it's all about, right? Doing it as a family, friends, whoever it may be. Mate, hats off to you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Obviously we try to up the game each time. We understand what works and what doesn't from a previous event. We try to level up in that regard. All within, within reason. We just can't just keep throwing money at events, with just for the sake of leveling up. We actually want to get, some of that return on investment in terms of, visibility, new signups, whatever the case may be. Obviously, visibility and being in person and present for a lot of these events is very important. And so we'll continue to do that as much as, the marketing budget allows.
I got a question real quick.
What can we
Yeah.
do as Veve fans to actually help market Veve? Because I know you guys are doing what
That's
you
a
can
damn
do.
good question.
We want, more than just tweets, because I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
what can we do? What can we do?
Yeah, so there's a number of things we're working on that obviously it's going to kind of help in regards to, incentivizing spreading the word outside of the current community. Obviously, we're a very tight-knit community, Veve is,
Right.
between Twitter, Discord, and whatnot. Everybody pretty much knows everybody that is circulating, be it in spaces or,
Right.
whatever the case is. But, we don't, I think generally Veve hasn't done a great job of reaching outside of the existing community thus far, right? And so that's kind of what we're working on from a infrastructure standpoint. Making sure that when we do pull people into the community or into some kind of sign-up flow, that we're actually capturing some information, being able to remarket to them and keep them interested, and generally pinging them at every once in a while to get them interested in new drops based on what their interests might be. So in terms of helping market Veve, we will have some level of ambassador type program coming out in the coming months, maybe even early 2024. And then obviously, if you are part of other communities that are collector based, it doesn't ever hurt to spread the word. We do our best to kind of spread our wings a little bit without being too salesy, and as Veve kind of inserting ourselves into certain conversations. There's the innocuous and matter of fact kind of adding to the conversation, but there's also there's a lot of sensitivity about us kind of just inserting ourselves for the sake of selling, and that is seen obviously by many communities as inauthentic and shilly, and we're not trying to be that way. So if anybody is having a good experience on Veve and really enjoying the collectibles, then we encourage everybody to share that into the other communities that they may be a part of, be it Discord communities, Twitter communities, other projects, other physical collectible communities, anything like that.
Would there be a way,
Alex?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry to jump in there, but on that subject, it was probably a good year and a half, maybe 2 years ago ish, that you guys announced a partnership with a huge PR company. I can't remember what they're called now. Something Cohen or something like that.
Yeah, Rogers and Cohen.
Rogers and Cohen. Can you give us any update on what that partnership entails? What exactly are they doing for Veve?
They're our PR agency of record. So essentially, what they handle is anytime we have new IP or any significant drop that or program or presence at an event that we want to make sure that is distributed via the press, the wire, or certain specific outreach to what we call friendlies, the crypto rags or blogs or something, that they're usually doing all of that pitching. So
okay.
I think I probably wouldn't have, that was before my time when that was announced as a big thing. We're not using
really that long ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, and obviously Rogers and Cohen does a lot more than just PR. They represent and manage artists, and so we're really only just using a fraction of their services for specifically public relations. So press releases, media pitches, and coordinating with when we do things with Marvel or Disney, about Comic-Con, for instance. That's kind of a joint effort in which we.
But can we expect to see something a little bit more overt in that sense? I mean, is that something that's going to be coming?
Well, you would have seen it anytime you see a rag or in a magazine, or in the case of, although it may have not be the best example, but Variety picking up Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. That was efforts of PR outreach from Rogers and Cohen, right? And so that's those are all things that we continually work on. If you're talking more overt from a marketing standpoint, I think Yes and no. Like, we aren't trying to come out with a splash. I think I even saw a comment here pop up that said Veve on the Super Bowl. Like, that's not where we're putting our money. Right? We have to be a lot
Please,
more.
you can't do it. I'll pay
Yo,
for it.
chill,
Come on.
guys. It's not
It's a
time for
bit
that
too
yet.
far too
A
quick.
lot more strategic and
Right.
methodical with the spend, with the ad spend there. Now, obviously, that would move some new users probably onto the platform, but
The
I
whole
think
space, right? It would move the whole space.
yeah,
It wouldn't
yeah.
end well,
You know,
it
that's,
wouldn't
but
end
you know,
well.
also, you know, excuse the euphemism, but you don't want to like blow your wad on one, you know, one commercial.
Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
I think really what we're trying to do, and if we're effective at doing what we're trying to do from a marketing standpoint, you probably won't see it because we're going after new audience, right?
Okay.
And so unless you're in, you know, physical collector groups or audiences or things that we're specifically targeting, you may happen across it, or somebody may share it on Twitter, like, "Oh, I see Veve's doing marketing," and which they have. But yeah, those efforts are ongoing and they're consistent. You know, they're like,
Okay.
we are doing ad spend outside of organic social on a consistent
Love-
basis.
I've said it to you before, but I'm going to say it again. I fucking love those Faith No More posters behind you right there. That's,
Yeah, same.
There's 3 of them
For sure.
too. You never
I
get to
love
see
them.
the third one on that. But yeah, that
Well,
that
show
was
us.
from that run.
Well,
in,
yeah, show us. This is the
show
time I want to
us.
see it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
I
you
have
can't
to,
get up.
like,
I know. I
I
got
have
it.
to
I got it.
unmount the computer. Yeah,
Gonna
but
make
Yeah,
you
yeah.
damage everything.
yeah, these are from the 2010 tour. So there was
Wow.
San Francisco and 2 LA
Oh,
and
there you go.
2 shows in San Francisco and LA, and they were actually done by very famous artists. So like, oh, did I lose my? Did we lose it? Oh, did
No,
you?
we're
No,
here.
no,
Full
we're
screen.
full
Oh,
screen.
okay.
You
Yeah,
see the whole
full
thing.
screen.
All right. Yeah, so one is Tim Biscup, the other is Jeff Soto, the middle one's Jeff Soto, and the
Wow.
far one is Junko.
And they're originals?
Yeah, they're original prints. Yeah, so they're limited edition prints, so they're like signed and numbered.
It's a shame because
And I have two
we'd be
more
friends.
somewhere else. Yeah, but you know me, I think we've discussed and duck and covered, and I'm quite the
We've
patent
gone back
nerd.
and forth in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one question. Like, I know trading isn't going to be there, but like as a content creator, like I'd love to give away comics to people. Would there be a way that we could officially do it so you know it wasn't a scam trying to make money? You know?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we are working on that.
Okay.
The technical thing is, and one of the reasons why you'll see not a lot of movement on that, especially like after like transfers not coming back, is because there's a lot of concern in getting that, you know, we'll say AML compliant, right? Because obviously we've seen what people have done with muling gems across cheaper collectibles and transfers in the past. So we just need to make sure that we're building some kind of verification method that consists of possibly, you know, KYC, maybe a fee, you know, 2FA, all baked into one transaction, so people can't just send collectibles to whoever. But I think, yeah, AR at halftime, that would be awesome. But I think, you know, we obviously understand that it's integral to the collecting community to be able to trade and things like that, and to facilitate giveaways, because obviously that was a good way to get people onto the platform. In fact, you know, I remember, and now I kind of kicked myself after the fact, but like, you know, when Marvel Comics #1 dropped, and those things were like in the commons were in the market for, you know, $2-3, like, and I bought like 20 of them, and I was giving them away to anybody who asked, like, well, or where are you working now? I'm like, here, let me show you. Let me give you Marvel Comics #1. And I was like, oh,
Like, oh crap.
yeah. Well, not that I'm allowed to stack anyway, but still, I was like, man, I can give away a good amount of money.
You're not allowed to stack it?
Yeah, real quick, actually, speaking of
No.
stacking and slacking, we do have a man backstage. Just a Doctor Strange
yeah,
himself.
Oh, right.
We're in the building.
Hey, let's go.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
Doc, you all right? Good to see you, mate, as well.
Well, so just to go back to that, Alex, you guys
Think
are allowed
maybe
to
on
go
mute.
for drops of
He chose to mute
there,
himself,
right?
apparently. Doc, you muted.
I muted myself.
There you go.
There
But I
you
wanted
go.
Yeah,
to
there you go.
say happy birthday, Bob Sales. That's my G
Thank
right
you, my
there,
friend.
man. You know I had to come through. What's up, Alex, Mo, everybody here? Chat.
See you, man.
What's going on, man?
I was about
Some
to say,
great
I
convo,
appreciate
man.
everyone coming, by the way. I know I keep saying it, but I do appreciate everyone coming. And everyone in the chat, we are keeping up. We're not very keeping up with the chat, I must admit. But we are.
I'm keeping up.
We
You're
are
not keeping
enjoying
up.
it.
I'm
job.
looking.
Mo,
And
God,
we will
keeping
start some more.
See, I didn't have
giveaways
that on my
soon as
birthday
well.
bash. I didn't have the chat pop-ups, man.
But I'm struggling with it, I
evolved.
must admit.
Yeah,
It's
man.
not-
Yo,
it's
man,
not my
Alex,
normal.
I missed Alex on my birthday bash, man.
Man, when was it?
July 25th, man.
Oh man. Well,
Next
happy
year.
belated.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
next time.
I appreciate
Yeah, I
you.
missed that one and all. I heard how good a time it was, and I was gutted that I missed that.
Oh man, yeah, man.
But you
Yeah,
did
but-
get David, right?
Nah, man, I got nobody from VV, man.
Well,
Nobody.
you got David.
You know what I'm saying? I
Are you
didn't.
sure?
I thought I was Invisible Man. Ralph
What's
I'm making you work for it.
Ah, sh-
Yeah, man.
No, you had a good party.
Yeah,
All
it
the
was
fam,
awesome,
a lot of
man.
the fam came out. It was a super party. It was dope.
It was insane, man. It was insane, man. All thanks to Mo Knows.
Yes, sir.
This is exactly what's happened here. So I've ended up stealing your wingmen.
It's all good, man.
Wingman.
I laid down the blueprint, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it
no,
up.
it was literally thanks to you. I was like, yeah, dude, you know what? It's about time I celebrated. Like 200
Absolutely.
like solid VV videos, 8 hours to 3 days to edit. Like it's time to celebrate like a
That's right. That's
Man,
right.
I was
man.
shocked an hour ago when I found out you've only got. I'd never look at that, but you've only got like 400 subscribers. That's shameful.
I know,
Someone,
crazy.
everybody in the
Crazy.
chat, all
The
of
worst
you,
thing is, all of my
go whip yourselves.
so all of my YouTube subscribers literally tell me in the chat like, there's something wrong with your algorithms because your
Yeah,
videos are
it's
so
not
much
normal.
better than the where's your traffic?
It's
Well,
crazy.
honestly, man, like over the last, at the beginning, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning for the first
Oh,
like,
yeah.
little while, they
Oh,
were a bit
yeah,
clumsy,
first-
right? But since you started doing these like sort of, you know, background
Yeah.
story videos, since you know, Alex and his crew poached Corey from us, you've been the man.
From you.
He
has
Yeah, you heard me. I said it.
Yeah, Bob is the man because I used to do the quick cuts and the videos like that, and
Yep.
I mean he just does such a good.
No,
it's
Bob's the
hard.
man for that.
I think
It's
we're
so
gonna. I
hard.
think I'm just gonna interrupt. Kenobi just really has to go.
Yeah, I
so.
really.
Oh,
have to
yeah,
go
yeah,
now.
sorry,
I've
man.
got
Yeah,
20
sorry.
minutes to go, so I've just got to head off. So good to see you all. Happy birthday again.
Thank you, mate.
Take care.
We're
See you.
sorry
nice
you
to
didn't
meet
get to
you
do
live.
giveaways yet.
Take care.
Oh yeah, we're still
I-
giveaways.
Yeah.
Nice to
Bye,
meet you, Kenobi.
Well, let me chuck one up now, shall we?
Yeah, go on if you want. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
up
this
and I'm
this is
gonna-
what we've resorted to, Alex. We're
Yeah,
having
we're
to
just
fuck 'em in
look,
cheek.
it's all ad lib here,
I
man.
hope
Yeah.
we
Feel
don't
like
get
we gotta
caught.
get.
Hope we don't get
like
banned. You know what I'm
rules.
saying?
We don't like rules. All right, so all right, I'm gonna check up a rare Ultraman print for $1. I don't
might
know.
even
Can
try
I
and
do that?
go
Does that have to, you guys were saying earlier it has to be for like $1.07 or something.
Yeah,
It don't
just in
have
case
to be,
there's-
but
in case
All
there's a
right, I'm gonna
bot
check,
or
I'm
some
gonna
crazy.
check up a rare Ultraman for $1. Rare Ultraman 2D print, Rise of Ultraman. This is this is a special one for me. Like, not the one I'm dropping, but this print for me is special because it was the first drop I ever got on VV.
Mm.
Was
Nice.
the rare Ultraman print. So I want to check that out for $1. Hang on. I'm not going to give you a specific time. You just got to be quick. All right. Where are we here? So it's happening within the next 2 minutes. No exact time.
Nice.
no worries. I was about to
So,
say,
Alex,
give
I want-
everyone a chance to get in there as well.
Alex, so in regards to giveaways, I know that I heard that if you do something, say under $1, it'll flag. Vivi will flag it, and then maybe you'll get blocked for some amount of time. Like, is there a threshold that we could do in regards to giveaways where like it won't get flagged, or if you just do it consistently, it'll get flagged? Like, what's like?
Yeah, I actually don't know what the flags are. In fact, I did probably wouldn't tell me so that I don't tell people so people know
Well,
what
That's
the
true.
thresholds
That is
are,
true.
right?
Yeah.
And so,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Now that I asked that question, it does sound like it could be a malicious question. So yeah, it wasn't coming from a different place, but yeah, okay, I get
No,
it.
I know. I feel you.
What
All right,
about?
so is the chat ready? Is chat
I
ready?
can
I'll put it up
understand the
now. I'll put it up for
difficulty
one 1.07 gems.
I'm not
Get
going
yourselves
for it.
ready.
Me
Rare
either.
Ultraman 2D print.
Me
Get
either.
ready. It's done. Boom. There you
Not
go.
even
Who's
close.
gonna snipe it? Who's gonna
Alex,
do it?
I got a question for you about because I do snipe the market, and sometimes I refresh too much, and I get that like screws up the servers. But I'm not a scammer, and like I've talked to some other
Yeah.
snipers. You know, we've talked about like could we pay to like be vetted more so you could like get to know, but like we're serious because like we'll be sitting
Yeah.
there, and yes, we're flipping stuff, but I know that helps you. It helps us to build our collection, stuff like that. Is there something that you're looking at that can be done, or like Mo has told me, it just really screws up the servers by doing that? It makes it hard for you guys, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, and similar to the point about thresholds on security questions, like they're probably not published, or at least public triggers that people that we would say that so people would avoid, that people could avoid, right?
Do it right.
Now, obviously, it's a level of security checks that are, for the most part automated, but we also take a look at some of those things and vet them manually when we see, things being dropped, posted way above or way below retails are just kind of flags. But I don't have any thoughts on that. That's more of a product question. I would say next time we get Mitch on a AMA or something, that'd be a good question for him.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere in the chat someone asking about trades. I know you said you're going to do maybe some sort of accommodation to streamers and to YouTubers in regards to giveaways. In regards to trades, though, is that something that you would say is totally off the table, or is maybe in the future you will look into and you can do it in a different way where it can be more safe for everyone? Or
yeah, I don't think it's off the table. And further to what I had mentioned, I think there's probably going to be some combination of KYC check, 2FA, and maybe a small fee, just so that there's at least some level of verification across these things on either side, as opposed to just kind of using transfer function to mule gems.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about like other mediums? So right now we've done a lot of comics so far. So what other mediums do we expect to see in Veve, or could we possibly see? So music, sports, cards.
Yeah,
even
that's
digital.
Faith No More.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it. Faith No More. Let's bundle all that shit.
I wish. Yeah, definitely. I want NFTs of all of the first bungle Gacy prints. No, I don't. So in terms of verticals, I mean, music is something we're working on, in some regard or another. And I have a sense of what's coming. I can't say what yet, and it'll be.
But do you know where we're at exactly in that roadmap?
Yeah.
How long would you have to wait?
I know it's
Don't
nothing
get-
that anybody would be expecting. But in addition to actual music, there will be music-related content. Sports is something that I think probably a little further down the roadmap in terms of what we can offer on that front. And
so music comes first then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about Doctor Strange, how cool would it be to have like 3 Snoop Dogg collectibles with like a song and just him, you know what I mean? Like, because we're thinking about how could we do just music? You see the album cover, but to actually have the artist as a collectible and play their music, I think would be something cool for sure. Kind of like Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg is kind of like an obvious choice because he already is in the Web3 space, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And and obviously we have some of those Disney collectibles, and then the recent Pink Panther, which, by the way, if anybody here owns the animated edition 109, I'm on the hunt for that one.
That was a cool collectible, just by the way. That was
general first foray into master recording. Right, that's the actual music. That's not a recreation. That is the Henry Mancini version of the Pink Panther theme, and that's a first for us.
That's
and
cool.
So
that is really.
It makes it really cool. A, because I love that theme song, but B, like that's a first on Veve, and I think not in the NFT space in general, because obviously there's master recorded music out there. But in terms of being married to a collectible, and kind of marrying basically 2 IPs into one. That's a first for us.
You need gold 109. Is that what you said for the
no, not gold, just the animated.
The animated. Okay.
That actually leads me into another question. Like in regards to music, because we have all these collectibles like Lion King and all these Disney collectibles. How come the actual music for the movies and the shows are not actually? Is it because we don't have the right licensing for it, or because we have the collectibles and you are partnered with Disney? So how come that? Is it a totally separate entity?
Totally, yeah. It's a
Okay.
Most of the time, it's a totally separate entity. Music publishing, and I'm sure Dr. Strange could attest to this, is a very complicated and intricate business. So when you're marrying mediums, and especially when you're in a new medium like NFTs, there's really no precedent, right? And so trying to kind of do the license, it's not like Disney owns that music outright, because they don't.
Seriously?
They still have to pay.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to pay publishing.
So, like for Steamboat Mickey, you have to talk to two separate entities to get A, the image, and B, the music for it that came with the original animation.
Yeah. So the way it works is
Really?
usually like Disney or a music or like a record label will own the master recording, but they don't own the publishing. Publishing is something completely different. That is for the writers, and that's kind of royalties based on the songwriting credits. And so that's a different entity. So like Disney could own the masters of all these recordings, but they don't own the publishing on a lot of them or the talent. And,
this is something a lot of people, including myself, don't have any idea about. So it confuses us as to why we got Steamboat Mickey, Steamboat Willie or whatever, without the original music.
Without the original music, because that music is copyrighted, separate from the Disney license. Yeah.
Okay.
And that does make sense because you know how hard it is for companies to step into Web3. It's a big leap, right? A faith for sure. So not only do you have to have the company, but you have to have now the music, and it's a totally different entity now. Yeah. So they have to be wanting to be involved in Web3 as well, because technically they're going to have their music in the Web3 space. So it's makes sense.
So if I understand correctly, with the Pink Panther, you had to consult with one entity about the image and then a separate entity entirely about the music that goes with it, and put that thing. Wow, man, I've got to get me one of them right now. Where's my
yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Pink Panther theme. Let me just do a quick Google search.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. Still there.
Pink Panther theme was released on RCA Victor, which is obviously separate entity entirely from MGM, and I would imagine that means that BMG owns the publishing, if they're still called BMG.
Well, look, in that case, man, massive hats off to whoever made that happen.
Yeah,
it was
for sure,
dear Mr. U.
It's like Lion
King. My hat is always off for Mr. U.
It's like the Lion King one, for instance. That sounded like it had similar music to when Simba's running back to the Pride in the film. But
So like Disney has an in-house music composition team, and so they do music for games or commercials or anything that they can't use the actual music in, just for sake of going through the trouble of securing the rights. They have somebody do a fully original composition in the style of, and all of the music on Disney collectibles that we have on the platform are written by the Disney music team.
Nice.
So,
even if it's not the original music, sorry, mate, I didn't mean to jump.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, even though it's not the original music, it's written by the Disney people employed by Disney as musicians, which is a huge.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, I didn't mean to jump
we're not separately going out and finding music that sounds like that's. It's supplied by Disney. Yeah.
So what I was going to say, what's super cool too, is that that Tarzan collectible, that yell we know is the actual authentic yell. So that has to be a voice actor. Is that a voice actor that you had to get separately, or did it come like as a package?
No, that's actually that's the actual sound clip from the
original.
Do you know what's cool about that?
Yeah.
Do you know what's cool about that sound clip? If you listen to it, you'll see that in fact only half of it was recorded. And then they mirrored that sound and put that on the second.
They looped it.
They reversed it. They bounced it, reversed it, inverted it.
It's only half of it.
Oh, interesting.
To extend it, you invert it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Interesting.
Cool.
So, Alex, quick one for you. So, obviously, you guys used to do digital drops. I think the last one was in Anaheim. Could there be a third? Is it a third digital drop in this Anaheim this year in December for you guys? What does it look like moving forward with digitals?
There are some digitals in the works.
I love Alex's face right now. It's so cool.
It's hard to keep alpha, right? And you can't.
Yeah.
He's definitely hiding something.
We've been talking about it. I mean, we've said it in updates past and things like that we're working on digitals. We're finally going to be able to see that on a much larger scale than on a special edition T-shirt at a con in the near future.
When Alex collectible? When Alex collectible?
No, never. No. I don't want to collectible. I don't need to be immortalized any more than my bad reputation has immortalized me.
So if I could ask you, if you could pick a collectible out of the app, your favorite, what would you pick?
Of my favorites, do I have to choose just one? Can I choose?
Well, no, you can choose multiple.
Yeah. Well,
hard.
Steamboat Willie is one of my favorites.
For sure.
I love the animated. It's hard to you can't go wrong with the animated R2D2. I really do like that Pink Panther. And well, as you can see, actually, probably here, wrong way. I actually have the pink chrome bear.
Oh, you're kidding!
Damn.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
That's sick.
So I am a Pink Panther fan. So that was good for me. And then which other one is cool? I mean, comic wise, I have a couple of comics that I really like. Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Doom. I definitely made sure to get my secret rare on that one. Amazing Fantasy 15, although I only have one comment on that.
Are you stacking or slacking, Alex?
Slacking. Actually, I'm not allowed to stack. That's employee rules. I can't stack.
Right.
Well,
But you
I
can
can
collect.
buy off.
Right.
I can't collect. I buy off the drops, and in theory, we're supposed to kind of minimize the number of collectibles, but I don't know.
That's not cool. I know.
Yeah, no, it is definitely not cool. I can tell you that much. But I buy what I like, and that's just really what it comes down to. So comics, I'll try for every comic.
You know what? Look, I hate to put you on the spot here, Alex, like this, but I know you guys follow Superstar Money. They all know that you follow and all that. You must have seen a video they put out today about the comics. What do you make of that? What's your commentary?
Oh, I haven't seen it. What did they say?
Well, okay. Well, basically what they were saying. Like I said, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put your feet to the fire here. What they did was they made a video where they were sort of like comparing the original covers of the original, comics of like AF-15, and there was one or two others that they used as examples, and they sort of showed that there are certain like little anomalies, if you like, between the original version of AF-15, for example, and the facsimile, and that the covers that we have on Veve are basically the same image that you would find on the facsimile rather than the original version.
Okay.
But I was going to put your feet to the fire, but apparently you haven't seen the video, so you don't know what I'm talking about, so you can't really answer.
No, I mean, I assume they're insinuating that the fact that some of our covers mirror the facsimile is a bad thing.
Well, I want to be clear, they weren't insinuating anything; they were just asking the question.
Oh. Well, look, I think at the end of the day, these are officially licensed comics dropped in limited edition quantities on Veve, never to be released anywhere again in this format.
Exactly.
And for me, that's
cool.
Anomalies aside,
because
otherwise, those original comics, especially those really early ones, 60s, right? There's not digital versions of those. There was never, unless you scan them, right? And then that's a whole other thing. I know there was like with DC, there was like everybody was up in arms. This is just a scam.
Yeah.
So this is confirmation that you guys
what
aren't
would you
scared of
expect them to
nothing. You
do?
guys
Like,
are creating this.
Even the staples.
I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if it even matters. I'm not sure if it matters.
I don't think it does.
Well,
I mean, look.
I have no skin in that game either. I don't own any comics. Like, I'm just asking the question.
No comics at all.
Oh, he's
Well,
definitely
I own two comics. I bought a secret rare Sergeant Fury because they're going for like peanuts. It's ridiculous.
I know, that is nuts.
Yeah. People don't understand the importance of this comic. It's mad. So I bought one of them, and then I went for the drop. Like, what was it? Yesterday or the day before, the Captain America one. I got an uncommon. Yeah, what are you going to do? But I generally don't touch the comics personally.
I like comics because A, I actually read them, and B, they're those are things that if I got into now physical collecting of some of these key comics, like that's just a game I can't afford, right?
I know, right?
So this allows me, and that's just allows me to kind of not only have fun, read the comics, touch them, but also have something of historical significance in a scarce format. So
can I ask
that's
you
kind
one
of
other question? You've stated a couple of times that you're not allowed to stack. Is there like a set limit of number of any particular collectible that you're allowed to buy as an employee?
Yeah.
You don't want to tell us what it is? Like, you're allowed to own what, 2, 3, 4?
No, because I'm not going to be publishing my contract.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. No, but
The guy comes to celebrate with us.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, really?
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden. Yeah.
Right.
I know it is. This is an AMA.
Yeah,
I haven't seen you so long.
Yeah.
See, this wouldn't have happened if you showed up on my birthday. You see what I'm saying? I would have put
No.
now you're getting double the heat now.
No, but what's cool is that he collects this, and I think he's right. Like, I don't know if it matters about any of this stuff, whether it's specific. They look beautiful. That's the first thing. They look really
They are
good.
stunning.
They're rare, and from what I'm getting, like you said, these aren't going to be done again. Like, these aren't being digitally reprinted. That's freaking. That's really good news for a lot of. I don't know if a lot of people actually know that. I know people have feared that could happen.
I mean, look. I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
But that's not the intention ever.
Of course.
With us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm talking about, Veve. I'm talking about Veve, and I think that's important.
Because that's always sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I was just saying that's always in the back of the collector's head about first, second, third editions, right? We always think about this, and you always look at things like Quid, how they have like 5, 10 editions, right? So you think other companies, will they do this to comics? Will they do this to collectibles? Have like the same thing, but pump it out as a second edition. So technically that second edition is not going to be as valuable as the first edition, or it'll also depreciate the first edition. So this is something that the collectors also think about. So that's not on the road map, you would think, in Veve, right? Like,
I think we've got sleeping in the chat as well.
I said real quick. Let me. I know we've been talking about stacking and slacking. Let's talk about sleeping for a minute. Let's talk about comics.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Right. Let me
comics.
stack and slack and just talk about sleeping for a minute.
Oh, why do I hear myself? That's awkward. Oh shit.
Let's put the volume down.
Oh god, it's a
he's watching it.
Turn it off. Make it
There we go.
There we go. Are you right?
Sorry, I had it like doubled. I was echoing.
What's going on there?
Good to see you, man.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Happy birthday, Bob. How's it going?
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you for
You
turning
got
up.
an incredible crowd here.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, they're an amazing bunch of people, I must admit.
We're having a good time.
And Waz is still surviving at the top there, and it's 2 o'clock for him.
Listen, I'm used to doing streams up until about 4 a.m. Right? So,
nice.
I've got used to doing it for about a year for the US community. So yeah, this is like early doors for me. I'm like, I still got another few hours left, man. I don't know if I could stay on for too long though, for sure.
Well, I work nights as well, so I'm always up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Matters nothing to me.
Working, so
Sleeping, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you for a year now, I think.
I know. I've been hiding.
You've been hiding. When you coming to London next?
I was supposed to for work, but I don't know. Maybe Frankfurt here in October. Not sure. Not sure.
All right.
That COVID thing screwed up everything in my company, all the plans. I used to get to go to Italy. I used to go to Asia. Now I don't get to go anywhere. They put the clamps on me.
I thought this is all you did, Sleeping Comics. I mean, you're so good at it. I figured
No,
this is your business.
Don't come out of the basement.
People have asked me that, but I always say that, and before all this, I used to buy a lot of comics, like for $2 or whatever, and sell them on eBay, and they'd be like, "Are you going to retire?" And I'm like, "Well," and I'll tell you, I probably made about $2,000 a year doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So not enough money to retire.
No.
Right.
Still free money.
Yeah, there is that.
Interesting discussion on those facsimiles. I did a kind of deep dive into that probably about a year ago in a video. And most of them are not, if you just look at the cover, if you look at the insides, if you look at a lot, they are not quote unquote exact copies of the originals. Some of them are close, but most of them are not if you start getting into the nitty gritty. And so that begs the question.
Yeah. I'm asking those questions as somebody who knows nothing about comic books. I know nothing about this stuff, so
yeah.
You got to keep in mind a lot of the time, like when those comics came out, is a much different world, and so some of those ads are not relevant anymore.
True.
Yeah.
It could be ads for cigarettes or firearms or whatever the case is, right?
Yes, for sure.
And so that by today's Disney standards, that stuff does not fly. Also, things they may not have the rights to anymore. Like if there's a brand that is advertised that still exists, that's in theory could be considered selling product with their brand in it. And so sometimes those things have to be scrubbed.
I didn't think about that. That's good you said that, because I had never thought, and that's freaking huge. Yeah, I mean, I never even thought about that. Yeah,
I thought about the adverts because I always like looking through the old comics and seeing the adverts. They're pretty cool, I must admit. A lot.
Yeah, they are from a nostalgia or at least a vintage standpoint, like Americana or whatever the case is. Kind of looking into what the world was like back in those days, but sometimes they're just plain inappropriate.
I mean, even the F1 cars at one point had Marlboro's written all over them.
Yeah. And that makes me think of another thing I noticed actually. Like since you guys dropped Lambo on the app, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I know you follow me on Twitter, Alex, but I don't know who's noticed. But I've been stacking Lambos like a maniac, mate. I've been just going crazy on Lamborghini.
Yeah, I love
the
Lambos.
You dropped it. Say again.
Yeah, I love the Lambos.
Oh, me too. I love them. And since you dropped that, I never had any interest in cars at all, right? But since you guys dropped Lambo on the app, I've been like going crazy on watching videos about supercars. And I saw one interesting thing about the Diablo, and that is that the headlights from the Diablo come from the Nissan 300ZX, right? And one thing that I saw in one of the videos is that, like on the Diablo, there's like, if you look at the top of the headlight, there's a very thin sort of carbon fiber little lip that they said was to cover up the Nissan logo. And I had a look on the app, and I noticed that little carbon fiber lip isn't there on the car. Just saying.
I don't know what to tell you there.
My recommendation would be to sell them all to me. I'll buy them.
No, I'll buy them.
I think those Lambos are probably worthless, so you should probably just sell them all to me. I'll just take those off your hands for you.
Still buying them. Just saying, that's all.
Is it?
Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
No, sorry. I actually have to bounce here. I just wanted to come in and pay my respects and say hello, everybody. Turn it into a mini AMA.
I know.
But,
sorry, man.
But I gotta go. I got a dinner date with the wife, so I will bid the fond farewell.
Nice to get to meet you.
Happy birthday, Bob. Yeah. Likewise.
Nice to meet you, man.
Great to meet you, Alex.
Yeah.
And we do appreciate you answering our questions. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want to put you on.
All good. I'll see you guys at a future event.
Definitely.
Thank you.
you.
Take care, bro.
Yeah. Likewise.
I'll just add one other thing because I'm trying to remember my video, but I tried to kind of do this kind of inverse deduction, which may or may not have been
go for a
good.
toilet.
But
sorry. Have
So
I just
basic-
missed Alex go? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
Sorry.
missed him.
Just
said bye
went
for
to the
you.
toilet.
Okay.
I just went to the toilet quickly.
Yeah, he was offended you left. He was like, screw this guy. Out.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.